Almost a year after moving to US, on my visit back to India, I had an opportunity to read my Nadi astrology. One of the most interesting sections, at least for me, was in one section it says, "You will write books about your Guru Sri Sathya Sai Baba." And that was a confirmation. Swami has already blessed. Nadi says, I will write a book. But the next reading also says, you will distribute them outside India, meaning like, it will be translated to different non-Indian languages. Then another reading says, I will write about the greatness of Nadis itself. So that also came true.
Sairam, dear listeners, welcome to Sai SOUL 100. Our guest today is Brother Sreejith Narayan, who is joining us from New Jersey. Sreejith also serves as the Vice President of Region 2. Sairam, Sreejith, welcome to Sai SOUL 100.
Sairam, Sister Prabha, and Sairam to all listeners.
Sairam, Sreejith. Actually, do you remember 2 years ago, November of 2023, we were sitting in your home backyard and we were having a meeting about how we can celebrate Swami's 100th birthday. And this Sai SOUL 100 idea, the seed was planted, and now we are here towards the 98th stories of Swami's unconditional love. And in fact, it goes all the way to 105 stories because that's the number of weeks we have before we go to Swami's 100th birthday. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. What can I say? I'm truly blessed to be part of that discussion, like right in my backyard, where Sai Soul originated. And what you and the entire Sai Soul team have been doing, it has been so amazing. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's truly a miracle how Swami has guided us to get this far.
So true, so true.
Why don't you share your story, Sreejith?
I would like to start with a prayer. Mugam karodi vajalam, pangum lengayade girim, yatkriba tamaham vande, paramananda madhavam. Meaning, the divine grace of God can make the dumb not just speak, but speak fluently, and the lame not just climb mountains, but cross them even. So the meaning of this prayer is the story of my life. And that's the story I would like to narrate today. But first I will start with how and when I came to Swami. I came to Swami's fold in early 1990s. At that time I was in college. My father first became a devotee. And at that time, none of the others in the family believed in Swami. And I remember one time my father brought a glass-framed picture of Swami into the house. And then there was an argument with my mother because she did not want to take the picture into our prayer room so that it can be placed with the other God pictures. So my father just kept it temporarily in the living room on a couch. And then we all went inside the house. And something strange happened. We heard a sudden bang from the living room, and we rushed to check it out. Then we saw the glass on the picture had shattered as if someone took a hammer and banged on that picture. But the picture itself hasn't moved a bit. So now my mom got scared. And eventually she accepted that Swami has some powers. Later on, my dad, he put a new glass on the picture, and it was allowed to be put in our prayer room. Still, for a long time, I was a skeptic. Then one time my parents, they went to Puttaparthi and they forced me to join them. So when we got to Puttaparthi, it was evening time and the evening darshan was going on. So we could not get inside the darshan area. Back then, the darshan area was a little different, and we could even sit outside the gate of the darshan area and then see Swami giving darshan inside. So we ran and sat by the gate. Right then, Swami was walking across the gate from the men's side to the ladies' side. So it was the timing. So he crosses and then he takes a few steps backwards, reverse, until he reaches right in front of me. So he is inside the gate and I am sitting outside. Then he cranes his neck and looks straight at me for a few seconds and then walks off. So that gaze from Swami was so powerful and I was stunned. I felt as if he was saying to me, "At last you have come." Next day, luckily we got in the first row for the darshan, and then Swami came, and I saw him from close. Immediately, I knew there was some power, so I knew he was divine. I cannot explain it, but I think it was Swami's energy or aura, whatever you can call it. And Swami, my father actually asked Swami for Pad Namaskar, and Swami graciously gave Pad Namaskar to my father. And at that opportunity, I too squeezed in to touch Swami's feet. And as soon as I touched, I felt a strange feeling, like a throbbing sensation or vibration, whatever you can call it, that moved up my spine. And I was in total bliss. So it took a while for me to come back to earth, and never I had to look back after that. So then after getting back from Parthi, then I started reading books on Swami and listening to his divine discourses. I really got hooked into his teachings. Then I had a series of Sai dreams in which Swami answered my questions, and he taught me several lessons. He cut down my bad habits one by one. He taught me how to get over my bad traits, bad character, or improve my character, and also in between some very higher spiritual truths. But like I said earlier, what I really want to share is connected to the prayer that I said earlier. Swami took someone like me, who is very shy, not so talented, not with many abilities, and he still gave me some meaningful responsibilities. And along the way, he keeps reminding me that he alone is the real doer. Out of his love, he gives us the chance to serve him and even let us take credit for it. So I'll narrate a few instances from my life. During those early days after coming to Swami's fold, I used to read a lot of Sai books. So one day this thought occurred to me. I would like to write a book about Swami. Actually, that thought had a hidden motive behind it because I wanted to be recognized in the Sai fold. So that was my ego at that time. Fast forward to 1997, it was right before I moved to US. So I went to Parthi and I signed up as a Seva Dal, and I was doing Seva there for some time. So during that time, I went through a lot of self-introspection. Then I realized that my desire for fame was not as per what Swami wants. It's not very desirable. And then I decided to write a letter to Bhagavan. Anyway, the gist of the letter was, Swami, please bless me to write a book about you, a book that will help others, and also give me something meaningful in life to serve others. On the last day before I left Parthi, Swami accepted my letter. And then he smiled at me, indicating that he was happy about the letter. And then he gently slapped on my folded hands, and he said something which I did not understand at that time. Even now, I don't know what Swami said. I took Pad Namaskar. So I was, over the moon. Now Swami has blessed me to write a book, and of course it has to happen at some time because Swami blessed it. But now I was in a dilemma. I did not know what topic that I should write about. I was very interested in the ancient prophecies about Swami and also like Swami's predictions about the future. So I wanted to write a book including those as my premise and started collecting all the material needed for the book. Almost a year after moving to US, on my visit back to India, I had an opportunity to read my Nadi astrology, Nadi, Nadi, Nadi astrology. One of the most interesting sections, at least for me, was in one section it says, "You will write books about your Guru Sri Sathya Sai Baba." And that was a confirmation. Swami has already blessed. Nadi says, I will write a book. But the next reading also says, you will distribute them outside India, meaning like, it will be translated to different non-Indian languages. Then another reading says, I will write about the greatness of Nadis itself. So that also came true. And fast forward to April 24th, 2011, when Bhagavan left his physical form. That was a shock to the entire Sai world, right? That was shock to me. Several events happened after that. But then in January 2012, a few months later, after Swami left his physical form, I had a strong urge to put an article together about Bhagavan's predictions about the future, various prophecies about him in the ancient scriptures, like Islamic texts, the Bible, and also the Nadis. And in just 3 months' time, I came to the realization that I have a whole book material in my hand. And then I had to publish this. So that was a total miraculous experience for me. But he proved to me that he himself was writing the book and guiding me all the way. And even showed me the title of the book, in a kind of a, I wouldn't say vision, like in a meditation. And it was from a Christian prayer. The title of the book is Sai Thy Kingdom Come. So when the book was published, it was a controversial topic, and I did not know how the Sai world would take it. But I knew it was Swami orchestrating all this. But contrary to my initial thoughts, the book was well received, and Swami's grace, the book was translated to more than 15 international languages. One of the chapters I remember was about the Nadi predictions of Lord Bhagavan. So, and that chapter, was titled "Incredible Nadis." So, even the Nadi prediction that I would write about the greatness of Nadis, that also came true with that book. I would like to narrate a Sai Leela that happened. This happened a few months after the book was released. So initially, the book was only in a ebook format, like a PDF version. It was available to read in the internet for free. Then I got an email from a devotee named Ben. He was from London, and he wrote to me and he said he would like to have a printed version of the book. Then I wrote back and saying that the printed book is not available, and in the future when it's available, I will let you know. But then he replies, "No, that's not possible because I already saw the printed version." And I asked how. Then he explained to me in the email some dramatic circumstances in which he came to know about the book. So he went to a satsang in London, and there was a lady speaker there, who had some high position in the Sai organization there. So when Swami left his physical form, she was like very grief-stricken. So she prayed to Swami, "Swami, what is going on? You said you will live until 96 years. and why you left early and things like that. So Swami came in her dream and told her, have faith. And a few days later, she receives a book via postal mail, and the book title is Sai Thy Kingdom Come. There was no sender name, no address, there's no postmark on the envelope. And then she reads it and she was overjoyed. It confirms what Swami had told her in the dream. And then she narrates this during that satsang which Ben had attended. She also held up the book and showed it to the audience, according to Ben. I was debating with myself on whether to have a printed version or not. Swami has already published the book and sent to the person he wanted to. So he again proves, time after time that he is a doer and I'm just a puppet, who dances as he pulls the strings. We all know he can do everything by himself, but he gives us a chance to be part of his divine drama. So over the years, I have realized, all we need is a willingness to serve Swami in whichever form it comes to us. Swami says, if you take one step towards me, I'll take 100 steps towards you. At some point in my life, I decided I will not say no to any Sai work that comes my way, thinking that I don't have the ability to do it. Because if I truly believe that Swami is the doer, then I can take up any work that comes my way. Several years ago, I think it was in the year 2007, a center officer just casually requested me to do flyers for a Sai Center events. I had never done before, but I took it up. And then Swami taught me graphics designing. Over the years, I got better at it. And it came handy during several Sai events. So there was this Sai pilgrimage in 2010, where Swami gave me the opportunity to design the backdrop for the play. So things like that. Similarly, like video editing. A friend put me in the Vidya Vahini team for video editing. I didn't say no. I had done very basic video editing until then. But then Swami taught me video editing, which came very handy during several opportunities, example, retreat, altar videos, things like that. Another skill he taught me is creating websites. I have an IT background, but my area of expertise is nothing to do with websites. Again, at that time, I think it was a center officer who entrusted me with the website work for the center. Then it became a passion. I did a lot of self-learning, how to design websites, how to set up websites, etc. When I went to Parthi one time, I wrote a letter to Swami. Swami, I would like to make myself useful in Swami's mission by doing some website work. Swami accepted the letter. And from that point onwards, I started getting a lot of website work from around the world.
Sreejith, it's so true, because I actually didn't know that you only learned to be a graphic designer with Swami's grace giving you that skill. Because as far as we are concerned, you are the go-to person for any flyer or color combination or any logo, just the eye for it. You come across as you are a professional in our eyes, but that's truly because of Swami's grace. He decided to train you on that field because he knew that we all need it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's all purely Swami.
And it has come into a full circle at the altar of our retreat, because you are the go-to person to get that altar pictures, altar design, all of those things done. So coming from a background of no experience, all you said was yes to Swami, and he just took care of everything. Can you talk about the altar at the retreat?
Sure, yes. And that time it was you, Prabha, and Aparna who entrusted me with the retreat stage and altar decorations. Until then, I have never done anything like that. And I was wondering at that time what to do and how to do it. Actually, like, in 2022, it was like after the COVID, the first in-person retreat. That's when we had to come up with the entire new team for the altar. And, you know, we came up with a design, Swami's Grace, and we ordered a lot of backdrops printed from, get it printed from India. I remember the retreat was drawing close, and we hadn't been able to get the material printed. It was taking some time. Finally, it got printed, and then we didn't have enough time to ship it to the US. But again, Swami came to our rescue. One of our Sai brothers, Brother Vijay from Pittsburgh, actually, he was in India exactly at that time, and he was returning to India right before the retreat. And he graciously brought the printed material. It was like 2 big boxes, actually. But when we got it and we opened the boxes, we were really shocked because some material was missing. Some 30% of the material was missing because the printer forgot to pack them in the boxes. And there was no time to get it shipped again, so we were all so disappointed. Again, Swami came to our rescue. There was a Sai devotee from New York. His name is Brother Greg Wogan. And he owns his own like a graphics and printing business. Then we checked with him, and he immediately jumped in. We sent him the designs, and he printed all the missing materials and then shipped them overnight. It came right before the retreat, and that's how Swami saved us. So another side story to all this is Brother Greg. He had this wish to contribute to the retreat in whichever way possible. So Swami fulfilled his wish also by creating this drama. So it's amazing if you think about it. So anyone who has seen that altar would remember, we had the Dwarpalagas. So Dwarpalagas are the gatekeepers or gods from the Vaikuntha. So we had Swami in the middle, and then we had Dwarpalagas on each side. And the entire print of Dwarpalagas was the one that was missing from that shipment. So once we received the print and we were putting up the Dwarpalagas on the stage, Brother Sri Akela, who was then the regional service coordinator at that time, he was one of the people who was helping with that. And as soon as he saw that we putting up the Dwarpalagas, he was so excited and he was in total bliss. He had not seen the altar design before, and he had no clue until then what was going to be on the altar. And we all were wondering, and then he narrated something which is so mind-boggling. So several months before the retreat, he had a dream. And in that dream, he was in a basketball gym, and there he saw like 2 divine beings with the big namams. Namams means like the U-shaped mark on the forehead. And they asked him to take their blessings. So he prostrated at their feet, and he took their blessings. And once he woke up from sleep, he realized that they were none other than Jaya and Vijaya, who are the gods of the Vaikuntha. And they are also called the Dwarpalagas or gatekeepers. But he was very confused at the same time. Why would Jaya and Vijaya be in a basketball gym and bless him there? So, our retreat devotion hall is also the basketball gym. It's actually a basketball gym. And suddenly it made so much sense to him, right? So this was months before the retreat, he had a dream. And months before even we came up with the design using Dwarpalagas. So Swami already had showed him in the dream and blessed him also. And through his dream, Swami blessed the entire retreat and our altar. So we were here like thinking we came up with this design and everything, but it was Swami who had planned and designed this way ahead of us, And Prabha, like you always say, we are only doing what is already done.
Sairam, Brother Sreejith, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful journey, starting with this beautiful prayer of even taking people who are no skill whatsoever in any area, and as long as we commit and say yes to Swami, he will give the skills that's needed to complete the task successfully, but also to use it for future to do his work. And like you exactly said, he gives us the credit after doing all the work himself. Beginning with your father coming to Swami in the first place, right, and bringing a picture of Swami into your home, and that journey of your family accepting Swami, and then going to Parthi. And that Parthi trip, I think, was the change that you needed to feel, where Swami gave you that focused look, as well as the Pada Namaskar, which changed you, the vibration, the energy, and the desire for you to make a difference. And then as time went on, you said that, Swami, give me something to do that is meaningful. But you also came to the realization that Swami has to be given the utmost importance in everything that we do, right? And your journey, your story actually reflects that also, right? And starting with that, and little by little, Swami bringing you deeper and deeper into his fold. The miraculous journey of you writing a book that has already been written according to Nadi and according to Swami. And Swami had already decided that who is going to play a role in it, right? But just for you to sit here and narrate how amazing that journey is in itself, his grace. And then I genuinely cannot believe that you were once upon a time not an expert in graphic design. Okay, really, and the website design and all of those things, right? Of course, it comes together with so many other hands that come together to make all this happen. And all of them have their own miraculous stories. So it's a journey of a team that Swami puts together, but to recognize that Swami is the one who gives us the skills that ultimately helps us do his work. And finally, he allows the credit to come to us. But the key is for us to realize that genuinely he is the actual doer and we are the puppets. So your story evidently shares how Swami's unconditional love, truly unconditional love, is always with us. And we can truly rely on that also. So Sairam, Sreejith, thank you so much.
Sairam,
So much.
thank you. I offer my heartfelt gratitude to our beloved Bhagwan for giving me this opportunity to talk about him.
Sairam, dear listeners, thank you for listening to Sai Soul 100 with Brother Sreejith Narayan. I'm Prabha Swaminathan. Until next time, Jai Sairam.